What a lovely day. Good morning, dudettes. It's always fun to wake up to the smell of melting plastic. This thing is finally starting to get through. It is really dark in my house right now because I forgot to kick on some lights, but that's alright. I am going to run up to Walmart this morning, and then we're going to see if I can take you around to flush some of the water lines before getting to the server room. Man, I love having my car back. Ta-da! Morning chores done. So I have, it's in my back pocket, grabbed some money out of Wells Fargo so I can pay back my neighbor, got all my groceries, and then I got a triple white blonde mocha, what the fucking mouthful that is, and McDonald's breakfast. Time to get started on the day. Holy shit, I've definitely got to mow around the well house today, but that's fine. I'll do the, and weed eat, as you can tell, holy crap. But I have other things to do first, so I have well maintenance. You might be wondering, how the hell does a well work? Well, here's about a 30-second breakdown for you. Groundwater, stuff that's in the ground, needs to be pulled out via a giant pump, which is actually across that wall, you can't see it. It then comes into a giant holding tank, which is on the other side of that wall, on there. Then it gets pulled out of that tank using booster pumps, pumped into here, at the correct PSI for everyone to use in the neighborhood, and then sent out to everyone else. So, this is normal, but I need to go flush the lines, because the main problem with well water is that you have a lot of iron, calcium, and other minerals in the groundwater. I need to get that out today, so I figured I'd bring you along. There's the tool we need right there. This lovely 4-square, and then the others. Now, normally I walk about 3 miles and just get it done, but fuck that today, I've got my car. Ta-da! And this is what one of these flush lines look like. Basically, I just have to go in here, open this thing up, and flush it out. In a few seconds, that will turn completely orange, and then when it clears up again, close it off. Do that 5 times, and the whole neighborhood's done. Alrighty, so, normally I don't do this one once a week, but I figured might as well. To explain a little bit more what I'm doing, I'm flushing these lines because any low point along a line, any dip, there's going to be an accumulation of iron, calcium, etc., stuff that turns the water a different color. And I'm going to try to flush that out of the giant storage tank, oh my Jesus, the giant storage tank, and also all of the lines that are in the ground. Usually the more water we go through, the more stuff that's stuck in the lines. So basically just about once or twice a week, go through, clear out the lines, make sure the water is clear for everyone and everyone likes the water quality. Here we go. Alrighty, lines flushed. Man, you have no idea how much respect that a single hose like that gives me for firemen, because this is only like 30 or 40 feet long, and my fucking god, does it weigh a ton when it's filled with water. Alright, on to the next one. Welcome to the last storage tank, and kind of going on what I was saying earlier, that's the pump, that's the storage tank. That's where it pulls water out of the ground, that's where it puts it until we put chlorine and everything else in it. In fact, right now we have approximately 17 feet of water in there, and 17 times 12 feet in diameter and all that shit, and you could do the math for calculation and figure out how much water it is if you want. Now, before I go showing off anything else, we have to flush this line too, and yes, I really need to weed eat here. I'll be doing that either today or tomorrow. Oh, good lord, half-inch valves are always hard to open. And that's why I do this. Watch, that nasty-ass red water will immediately turn clear. Because when you have something like 50,000 gallons all behind you in a single tank, all the bad shit tends to settle towards the bottom. Ta-da! And now it's clean. I'm back home, where all the tortoises reside. So it's actually really fucking hot today. I figured I was gonna test out the misters again. We'll see if we can get those all kicked on. Gotta love the new faucet that doesn't leak. Run on around here, everything looks good, and now I'll kind of follow you through and show you how all these misters actually work. I've never done that. So we ended up putting 3 sets of misters in. One set in here, which I hope you can see because it's misting like crazy. You can't seem to get it on camera. There are 6 misters in here. One of them's dripping right there because it's not quite pressurized yet. Wait for it. Nah. But they're all misting fairly well. This entire greenhouse gets filled with mist. And then running out here to the babies, we now have our electrical set up and working. I did end up doing that. And our water right there. It does have a little bit of a drip from this because these 2 pieces weren't the proper thread. That's why it looks so funky, but it does work. I don't care. I've got misters running all the way down that pole, and then last set over here underneath the rose bush and down the row there. It ends up being quite a few feet of misting capabilities. Hopefully the tortoises enjoy it. If not, well, at least I'm not wasting as much water as I did last year with sprinklers. Alright, so with all of that, let's get back to electrical. Now obviously this is temporary as fuck. This is just a black, this is just a black plug that I ended up wiring together and then electrical taping around so it doesn't fall apart. I will eventually get another conduit, or not a conduit piece, another box, put it there, put a switch there and connect them, but that'll take probably a few days until I go back to Walmart and get that. Because I totally forgot it today. Into the server room we go once more. I need to shut these off so that we can do some work again. Alrighty, so now we have quite a few servers, as you may be able to tell. I have to figure out some way of powering all of these servers, and most of these servers, with only 6 plugs, which is going to be a little bit of a bitch. I have these lovely power supplies right here. These are IBM 2880 watts, provided by Deep in the Mines, but they no longer create these, unfortunately. I might want to email them because I did buy so many of these. Maybe they've got some extra couplers that I can buy or something, because really I just like the wiring harnesses they make. They're pretty damn good. All of that bullshit rambling aside, this is a very, very powerful power supply unit that can actually power 2 miners at once. So it'd be nice if I could get a couple of more of those. That one, I believe, is a sketchy one. Indeed, it is on strike number 2. It is for cheap miners only, dash coin only. Or probably Litecoin, but I'll look into that. So that one's bad, that one's good. Obviously, I'm still running machines with it. And I've got a whole nother room of these in server room 2. So what we might do is actually... You'll notice I have these new power supplies. They're tiny. They're actually really nice. It sounds like I'm being abusive, but I'm not. It's just a really loud rack. They're pretty nicely wrapped. They have connections on all 6 ports rather than on... Focus, damn you! On only 2 of the 6. This is a lot of rambling and explanation, but it makes a lot of sense. Those, please focus again, those are a bitch. They tend to overheat because it's running so much amperage through individual wires, and these do not because they have 6 wires. A lot more current carrying capabilities. Now, I might put all of these machines and all of those, because I just got a bunch more of those power supplies, I might put those in the other server room right about now. On to server room number 2, where you'll notice I'm back to using the Caterpillar fan because that thing just wasn't quite cutting it. We may need to upgrade that, and I definitely have a new shop fan. The reason it's not cutting it anymore, it's like 95 degrees outside, and my house started to get just a tad bit warm. Let me shut these lovelies off. Give me a brief moment. Yes, I know this room is incredibly dirty. It is fine. Thankfully, this is not the intake of these machines, it is the exhaust of the machines. Speaking of, let's turn off my lovelies. Alright. You can hear me. Okay, so, we need to somehow replace these amazing power supplies with individual units, but the problem, once again, I only have a certain number of plugs. So, one of these, this one in particular, goes to my switch, which is all on the other side of this wall. It's all networked on the other side of this wall, and all the cold air. The other side of this wall is kept at around anywhere between 65 and 70 degrees, which is awesome. These machines really like that. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Blam! I do believe that will work. It's a little bit of a different configuration, but I do believe it'll work. Each one of these is set up per miner, and I have fully populated my plugs now, but believe it or not, I'm probably going to be pulling less amperage, depending on how the efficiency of those 2800 watt power supplies go into. I'm not going to go into that. That's a lot of electrical engineering bullshit. If you're interested, go into power efficiency curves for power supplies at 240 volts versus 120, and also at certain ranges, such as how much they're drawing and all of that shit. Way too nerdy for what I'm talking about right now. So, let's see if these things will turn on, at the very least. Numero 1. No smoke. That's good. Alright, how is this blowing? Is it blowing or pulling? Which one? I can't even tell which one's turned on. Hold on. This goes down. Oh. I turned on the one that still has a double miner. Okay. Smoke test number 2. Ta-da! Alright, is this blowing? Or it is indeed. That's what I want. I kind of figured they were backwards, but that's exactly perfect. Alright, no smoke. They both seem to be lighting up. Doesn't smell weird. Alright, let's try number 3. I take it back on the smell weird thing. You can smell a lot of machine oil. Those things are definitely brand new. Are they turning on? I do believe they are. Sweet. Cool. That is a success. Cool. Now we have some more squids to work with. So each one of these will power 2 miners, which gets 4 out of the way, plus I believe I have 4 other power supplies. Shit, that's too many plugs. Damn, we're getting close though. So I found a little bit of a problem. Well, it's an already known problem, but I've got this one populated. It has 3 machines on 1 outlet, which is about what I want to push. I don't want to pull more than about 2,000 watts per outlet. And I got another 3 up here. I have these 2, and then I could connect one of these 2 into that outlet. If I had another one of those and the squid for it, it'd be awesome. Or the harness for it, really. It'd be awesome, but I don't. So I'm at a conundrum. I have power supplies, but I have no way of powering them without more plugs. Huh. Okay, well, I think that might be the stopping point for power today then. My idea immediately is just to take this out. If I'm running only 2,000 watts per outlet, maybe I could just bump 2 into 1 outlet, 20 amps, let's see here, 20 amps times 240 volts. Ooh, they're 30 amp, my brain didn't even work. Why do I have 30 amp breakers in there? I thought they were all 20. Okay. Well, it definitely can pull more than 4,000 watts out of one of these breakers. It's just, will my big outdoor breaker hold up to that? I hope. Alright, well, with the power as kind of on hold for the moment, I can't actually turn these things on at all until I get my AC unit, which is on Saturday, I think? Maybe? Not certain. If it arrives on Saturday, I'll probably have it done by the end of the day, and then I have to have it charged by a technician and all that shit. Time to do networking, then. We have to somehow connect all of these things via network cables. And I have a bunch of them, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. So give me another, 20 to 30 minutes to see how I can do this without it looking like absolute spaghetti mess. So we wanted to make sure I didn't have spaghetti wire, so just to aggravate all the IT specialists out there. Alright, give me just a second and I am going to clean that up. There is a hell of a lot more machines than I thought I had. Oop, almost tripped over a board. There are 2 dash miners over there. Dash miners? Yes, 2 dash miners over there that I actually haven't been running because they're not profitable, but if Bitcoin starts to recover, they're definitely become profitable. So we need more power supplies for them, so that's at 2 to, well, considering this one too, that's 2 to 3 power supplies if I can get that squid working. Everything else on that rack is powered. Those 2 miners are bad on the bottom. Every other miner on this is good, and it is almost set up for running. This is going to be ridiculous. I need a couple more power supplies for those. But that's where the boxes come in. Alright, let's use the amazing zip ties and see if we can clean this up a bit. Bam! Would you look at that? All of the crazy cables are now compiled. It actually looks pretty damn good if I do say so myself. Everything has LAN cable run to it underneath every single miner. It's relatively out of the way. It looks pretty damn good, but once again it is getting late on me tonight, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything more in here. It has been a hell of a day, but it's been productive. I am pretty damn happy. That Starbucks definitely helped wake me up this morning. You know, the triple shot of espresso always does it. Alright, well with that I think I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you all so much for watching. And hopefully, within the next few days, I'll be able to flip the frickin' power switch and all of them will turn on.